Alright, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to begin by giving all praises, all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers on the forecorners of the earth, that teaching is good gospel and all sincerity and all truth. Shalom, if you are listen, silence and obedience as one. Shalom, this brother, Yeramian brother.
Yaikwam.
Back with another video, and this video is going to be on Genesis chapter 18, right? And you could read that on verse 1.
Genesis chapter 18, starting at verse 1, says, And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day.
Right. Verse 2.
And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant.
Right, so the Lord Abraham say, Hey Lord, if I be found faithful in thy sight, favor in thy sight, right? You pass by me, right? Stop. And I will say, Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet. Rest yourselves under the tree. I will fetch a morsel of bread and comfort ye your hearts after that ye have passed on. For therefore are ye come to your servant. And they said, So do as thou said. And Abraham hasted into the tent unto Sarah and said, Make ready quickly 3 meals of fine meal kneaded, and make cakes upon the hearth. Right? And Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hasted to dress it. He took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, set it before them, and he stood by them under the tree, and they did it. Go ahead. 9.
And they said unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, Behold, in the tent.
Right, go ahead.
And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life.
John.
And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door which was behind him.
Right, so in the GNT, I have it in GNT here, Genesis 18 and verse 1. What are you doing? Right.
Come.
Genesis 18, no, select now verse 1, Genesis 18.
Yeah.
And verse, right, 10. One of them said, 9 months from now I will come back, and your wife Sarah shall have a son. So one of his 3, remember his 3 angels, and one of them said, Hey, in the time of life which is the summer, I will turn unto you, and you'll have a son. One of them said that, right? Go ahead.
This
them. Yeah.
Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of a woman.
Right, so it ceased. So she stops seeing prayer menopause, right? I want to read it in the GNT 2. It says, right? So, it says, and Abraham and Sarah were very old, and Sarah had stopped having her monthly period. So monthly period is the period woman had to go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So verse 12.
Verse 12. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also?
Right, so she's saying, after I done old already, my Lord will have pleasure with me. As when you read it in GN 2, it says, So Sarah laughed to herself and said, Now that I am old and worn out, can I still enjoy sex? And besides, my husband is too old. So she done started told this scene already. She's saying, My husband's so old and I old. How can I enjoy sex and have pleasure? Right? Right. I could stop out here. Right, so I have the brother Yaikwa with me on my thing here. Let's say shalom.
Shalom.
right? But I grab on my thing here, on my screen code here. So read verse 13 now, right?
God.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of a shortly bear a child which am old?
Right, so the Lord said, look at it, and the Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of surety bear a child which am old? And the Lord said, verse 14, is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. And let me read this in the GNT. How to read this in the GNT, right? Because the Lord saying, right? Verse 13 GNT, Genesis 18 and verse 13 GNT, it says, then the Lord asked Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, can I really have a child when I am so old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? As I said, 9 months from now I will return unto Sarah. I will return, and Sarah shall have a son. So the Lord said, I will return. So the Lord saying, hey, I will return back unto you in the time of life. Reincarnation, back in back in the flesh. Reincarnation. Right? So the Lord does come back to me. Then verse 15, you could go ahead.
Verse 15, it says, then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou didst laugh.
So Sarah was afraid something would happen. She was afraid, you know. So she said, I didn't laugh, but she forgot the spiritual man she didn't know. So them did know. She did laugh. So she can't blast him and say she didn't laugh.
Correct, is right?
Right, so that is reincarnation right there. That is what the video on. Reincarnation. I forget to say that for your thing here, but the video is on reincarnation. The Lord said I will return unto you back in the time of life, in the summer. Reincarnation, back in the flesh, right? Then have another one with the blind. I'm going to show that one. No, being born blind. Because this one is reincarnation too. Right, go to John 9.
John 99 or 9?
John 19. John 9 and verse 1.
John 9 and 1?
Yeah.
Okay. John chapter 1.
9.
John 9 and verse 1. And as Yahweh passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents,
that he was born blind?
That he was born blind. Yahweh answered, neither had this man sinned, nor his parents sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him.
Right, so that is reincarnation right there, and I could bring it in GNT so you can see how it brings it out more clearer. Right, because he's saying, hey, Lord, so the disciples was saying to him, Lord, how this man born blind? Right, who sinned? This man, he sinned now, because if he born blind, if you know born, right, watch, if you know born, how you go sin? You know born, you can't sin if you know born. So how this man, so the Lord say, hey, neither the man nor his parent, but the works of Yahweh should be manifest. Let me read it here. And as Yahweh walking along, he saw a man was born blind. His disciples asked him, Teacher, who sinned caused him to be born blind? Was it his own or his parents? Yahushua answered, his blindness has nothing to do with his sins or his parents' sins. He is blind so that Yahweh's power might be seen at his work in him. Right, so here what's going on there. He was born blind because he did so many past life. Reincarnation back in the flesh. So that's it right there. Right? So yeah, you know, reincarnation back in the flesh. So reincarnation does exist. You know, and these people do believe that reincarnation exists, but reincarnation does exist.
Can.
Right? And there are way more scriptures to prove it. Lots more. Because I did the video with collab, but I didn't get to post it because it's problems to download it. But I did the video with collab and the brother Azariah, and we did it on that, So this was just a short video on reincarnation. Right? Reincarnation does exist, and you have to believe it. If you believe in the Bible, you should believe in reincarnation, right? So we hope this lesson was edifying to the Lord's elect. All praises, all honor, no glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers on the four corners of the earth that teaching this good gospel, no sincerity and all truth. This was the brother Iramia.
And the brother Yaquab.
Saying shalom to the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
Shalom Labakariam.
Shalom Labakariam.
That's his wicked place. Shalom.
Shalom.